Welcome. I'm Diana Adkins, and a very, very famous guru once said that the truth is simple, but the secrets of truth are complex. And I've been a very curious person. I've wanted to know about everything, life, the universe, and everything else. And I grew up in a very curious household, very curious family. And I started working with energy when I was, say, 13, 14, 15 years old, mostly as a way of self-preservation with all of the spiritual stuff that was going on in the house. And I've learned now, as I've reflected back over life, that for the first 40 years of my life, I spent all my time looking outward, looking and scanning. I was a consummate pleaser. I would understand everybody else's energy and scanning, and then I would act accordingly. I would do what they wanted to do, usually to my detriment. So at 40, I went to a place called the Lama Foundation, and it's an intentional spiritual community. And there I learned about looking inward, about how to delve inside the self as opposed to outside of the self. And it's been my passion and my focus, along with energy work, ever since. And so Einstein and even Oprah have both said, everything is energy and energy is everything. And that's basically all there is to it. But here's the thing. We don't view life that way because we're usually focused outside of ourselves and not looking inside first, inside to out. And it's kind of weird given everything that the miracles that are going on inside of ourselves, but that's what human beings do. So our bodies are actually, and brains are the most advanced mechanisms on the planet. And our brains are essentially supercomputers. So we have the hardware of our body, we have the software that's going on inside our brain, but they don't do anything until they're plugged into a power source. We've got to have energy, and then we got to hit the power button. So we have a whole container, as let's say the hardware. We've got the brain that's the software, and we've got wiring through our neural networks and all of our blood vessels. And then we've got our five senses, which are kind of like the keys on the keyboard, running everything. And it's friggin' miraculous, but they all need energy to operate. And as miraculous as it is, we still forget our body. We're not focusing, or we don't forget it, but we're not focusing on all of it. And so we need all of our parts to function. We need all of it to survive. And yet we spend a lot of time ignoring the greater part of ourselves. And so while your mind can mislead you, your body rarely does. People say, trust your emotions. And I go, what are you, crazy? Emotions are all conditioned from our past experiences, which is what the brain does. It's recorded everything we've ever done in our past, and it may not even be true any longer. And so sometimes people say, well, trust your heart. And I go, okay, if you know how to interpret it, because people look at the heart often as an emotional body, which is also conditioned from all of our past experiences that are stored in our brain. So let's run a little experiment. And it's one of the tools that I teach in Energize and in Artist. And it's called What Opens You and What Closes You. And so what we're going to do is we're going to focus right on your physical body and your physical heart. And you're going to be looking at what happens, and then we're going to break it down a little bit. So first, close your eyes. We close our eyes to minimize the other input coming in so we can really focus. Take a deep breath in. Allow your body to relax. And you can do like me, one or two hands right on your chest above your heart. And as you're breathing, register just what normal, sitting here listening to Diana, heart beating, register what normal feels like. And I'm going to speak some sentences to you, and your job is to watch what happens and how this part of your body, how your actual heart expanding or reacting, sorry. So you're looking for, does my heart open Does it stay neutral or does it close down? That's it. You're just going to look, oh, does my heart open and go, yes? Does it just go, oh, well? Or does it shut down and go, ew? That kind of thing. So keep breathing. The shift is often subtle, but it does shift. So you pay attention to your heart, eyes closed, and we'll begin. Oh, that sunset is so beautiful. How did your heart react? Did it open, stay neutral, or close down? Take a breath, go back to neutral. Hey, let's go jumping off the highest bridge. We'll go bungee jumping. What did your heart do? Open, neutral, closed. Take a breath back to neutral. I hate you more than hell itself. What did your heart do? Did it open, close, or stay neutral? Take a breath. Shake that out. Breathe that out. Go back to neutral. Yum! I get to eat my favorite food tonight. What did your heart do? Open, close, or neutral? Take a breath. Come back to neutral. My whole family is coming to visit. Open, neutral, or close? The last one, take a breath, come back to neutral. You are the most amazing, incredible person. What happened? Open, close, neutral. Take a breath, open your eyes, and no matter what happened, how your heart reacted, your body either opened, closed, or stayed neutral. And I promise you that your body is reacting to absolutely everything that is going on. I mean, think about it. It is what powers our supercomputer. It powers this whole hardware, everything. And it has to be aware in order to survive. We're just not usually paying attention to it. And that's the issue. So I've been doing this particular practice for a very long time, and I use it for everything, basically. What to eat, maybe which way to drive, what I'm going to do. You know, I get up every day and I ask my body, you know, what do you want to eat today? And then I eat that. You know, I give it the choices in my kitchen, but then I eat that. And then sometimes it doesn't want to eat, and I do that too. You know, and I watch. If my body goes, no, 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 you know, then we have to take a look at it. So like a friend might invite me to lunch, and if normally I would say yes, but if my body suddenly went no, then I'm going to dig a little deeper. I mean, maybe it's a drive, too far a drive to get there. Maybe I'm objecting to the drive and not being with my friend. Maybe it would be a scheduling issue. The timing's just not really good for me. But I dig a little deeper because if it's a complex more than just simply eat this, that's pretty easy. But if it involves driving and changing clothes or all these other things, we may have multi-layered reactions. So pull the issue apart a little bit and look. You know, am I just don't want to drive? Well, okay. Or is it a scheduling issue? In which case, have lunch a different day. And if I have no idea what's going on, well, then I get to be a choice. You know, I'll go, not go, and just see what happens. So the point of this practice is obvious. If your body goes, yes, 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 please, do that. And if your body is going, no, 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 you can't make me, then don't do that. Now, having said that, there are times when we are going to do even the things that our body's going no to, like visiting family. Like for me, sometimes that's a little tricky. But at least if we go, we're still at choice. And when we're at choice, we're taking responsibility for our lives. And we're not blaming anybody else. We can't blame other people for our decisions. We've decided to go. And learning to take responsibility for our lives is, you know, one of the amazing gifts of freedom that we can give ourselves. We really can, taking full responsibility. But that includes body, mind, spirit, and all of us. So in Energize Your Life and Career, I teach some of the Toltec principles that I've learned over time and a whole lot about how energy works, starting within ourselves before moving outward and into the world. And in Energize, I follow the Toltecs had three masteries: the mastery of awareness, the mastery of transformation, and the mastery of intent. And so Energize follows those three masteries. So you first, with awareness, you become aware of what the heck is going on inside of me. You have to, well, I call it, you can't change what you can't see. So you learn to see, and you learn to understand, and you learn to continue to see way past the class. Once you see what's happening, then you learn the tools for transformation. How do I take this idea or belief or energy or whatever it is and either move it out, shift it, accept it, or transform it? And then the last is mastery of intent. And this is around, you've cleared up, you've transformed yourself. Now, what the heck do you want? This is where we start moving outward. We start creating our future, creating our reality, because the truth is we're doing it anyway. We're just not consciously aware that we're doing it. And so the truth really is simple. We are all incredible beings with this amazing world of energy right at our fingertips. We just don't know how to use it. We just don't know how. So Energize gives you 40 different practices, tools, concepts, and it's a lot of fun. It's fun to play with this, to understand energy, to clear and clean and transform and do all kinds of amazing stuff. And it will transform your life, and that I do promise. So check us out. It's www.artistofthespiritcoachtraining.org/energize. And if you only remember the first part, artistofthespiritcoachtraining.org, that'll take you there. There'll be a link right to the site. So blessings, please play with what opens and closes you. You've got a world to learn that's there for you. And I hope to see you there. Blessings.